Welcome back on another episode of Impact Generation. It's me again, Tolu. Okay, so the topic we'll be treating today is titled Concerns about the Future, or we can easily say worrying about the future. This topic happens to a lot of people. It can happen to me, it can happen to you, anybody. So that is why I'm here today to tell us how to deal with it, how to stop worrying, and what we should do. Now, before that, let us go now to visit the wise old man.
Thank you, my child. I am very grateful once again to be with you today, my child. What is the wise word that I have for you today, my child? My child, don't be driven by what others perceive about you, but what God said. My child, do you hear what I've just said now? I said, don't be driven by what others perceive about you, but only about what God said. My child, people have said a lot about me too. While I was growing up, many people say a lot of things, but because I was not driven by what they said, I keep on advancing and moving very fast. And that is one of the secrets of life, my child. People will say a lot of things, but only keep on to what God said. And when you do that, your future is assured. That is all I have for you this week, my child. Until next time that we meet, stay blessed.
Welcome back, guys. Yes, I said our topic today says concerns about the future. You know, when we say worrying about the future, this thing is very, very common to everybody because we feel that are things working right? Is everything going well? Am I working enough? Am I doing enough for myself? Now, all these things are what we think about and get us all worked up, which shouldn't be. Now, we have Bible verses about worrying about the future that are the perfect, will I say antidote? Yes, there are Bible verses about it, which are the antidotes to us worrying. We shouldn't worry about the future. Now, do you worry about things that may or may not happen? Perhaps you find yourself in this kind of, will I say void of what ifs? We all do it. We all think about that. Oh, what if this happens? What if this does not happen? I'm trying to get this. What if I don't get it? What if I get it? All these things are what happens to everybody. Now, we making a plan for all the hypothetical outcomes eases the anxiety for a little while. When we try to make plans, okay, for this anxiety that we have about our future, it only helps us for a little while. It cannot solve our problems because there are some people that will have like a gigantic list of plans that, oh, if I do it like this, okay, I'll go straight, then I go left, then okay, right. Now, we make all these plans, but do you know that things can change at any time? Now, it is when those things now change that we feel like as if we're not doing enough for ourselves. But you are, because you make those plans, even though the plans are it makes us feel relieved for a little while. Now, the only thing that can make us feel so much better is that antidote I'm talking about. That is the Bible verses. Whenever you feel like, oh, is my future okay? Is my future going to be bright? Am I going to be okay at last? Just read those Bible verses and you'll be okay. Now, anxious thoughts are like gremlins. Gremlins are like these creatures that are like disturbance. Now, they're like gremlins multiplying when you throw water at them. That is how anxiety thoughts are, or anxious thoughts. When you think about it, the more you think, the more you water that anxious thought, the more it becomes, gigantic for you to handle. Now, when you put your mind on worrying about the future, the anxious thoughts will grow and then will feel as though there is no escape. Yes, that is when some people will experience what I call depression, because you keep thinking and thinking and keep doubting and keep what will I say? You suddenly we become this what is it called? These fortune tellers. We start telling ourselves what will happen or will not happen in our future. All these kind of thoughts, when you keep watching them, it turns to a gigantic problem that you cannot escape from. Now that is when depression comes in, because you feel like I just want to do something with myself. I just want to escape. But you are the one making yourself feel that way. There is no way you can escape from such anxious thoughts. So what you need to do is what? Calm down and take it slow, because in Matthew 6 verse 34 says that we shouldn't worry about tomorrow, because even today itself, it has a big problem for us to face. So face it as the day comes by. Don't rush yourself. Now, we have to keep these Bible verses about worrying, about the future handy, because after all, like I said, it is the antidote for us. Keep them beside you. This thing, we can't blame anybody, because it can happen to anybody. Because there are some points in our lives that we just sit down and we feel like everything that we are doing doesn't seem right. But one thing you should know is that everything has to come at their own time, or at its own time. You can't rush it. When you rush it, that is when you find yourself in another more trouble. So let it come as it wants to come. So far you're not hiding. So far you're not doing anything about that future. Now, what causes so much worry about the future? A lot of things causes this worry. It happens. Yes. Because, it all starts with a thought in our head. Oh, this anxious thought. Okay, I want to be this when I grow up. Okay, I want my business to expand. Okay, I want the little thing I'm doing now. I want my education, to be faster, so that I will come out of school, like quickly, and then I do this for myself, and then listen, in the next like 5 years, I'll be wealthy, I'll be rich, I'll be big, I'll be an influential person, I'll be an important person in the society, I'll be this, I'll be that. That is how it starts. It is good to plan for the future. Like I said, it is very, very good. But take your time. Don't create imaginations of bad things for yourself. You can think of good things. Now, why is it that we don't predict future goodness? Like those people that have this habit of worrying so much, all they think about is the bad aspect of everything. What if I don't? This thing is taking time. It's taking time. Now, imagine now that those of us that are in Nigeria, we know that, and you're in a university here, you know that ASUA has been on strike for like 10 months now. Now, a lot of us might be thinking that, oh my God, time is going. Okay, I should have been in maybe like 400 level by now, but I'm still in 300 level. Come on, what is going on? Do you want to destroy my future? Why are you stressing yourself? It's not as if it is your own fault alone. Like, it's not your fault. So you shouldn't have to bother about that kind of a thing. It might be for a reason. See it like that. See the good part of it. That maybe it might be a reason. Maybe God is trying to delay it for some purpose that He doesn't want to reveal to you, because God will not come down and say, this is the reason I am delaying this, so calm down. No, you have to know that yourself. So whenever you feel like, it's getting to you too much, take these Bible verses and words and read, and you'll be okay. Because frankly speaking, that is what I do. we've been at home for a very long time. Yes, at some point I was bothered, and that's true. That is the reason I brought this topic, because I know that so many people will be feeling the way I was feeling. But then I realized that I don't have to rush it. I'm not the only one at home. We are all at home. But in that period of me staying at home, am I doing something for myself? Yes. So that is what you should be doing, not filling your head with bad and evil thoughts about what will happen to your future. Now, worrying about the future is also quite common, like I've said. Our brains are wired to fill in gaps of missing informations. The future is a mystery to everybody. So our brains try to imagine all sorts of what ifs or scenarios, thoughts, things that we believe might happen in our future if what you're doing right now doesn't work well. Now, that's how we manage the anxious thought. It all starts with a thought, an anxious thought. So we should always think about the good part, the goodness in our future. When you are busy doing a fortune teller for yourself, of saying maybe the evil things, be occupied by telling yourself the good things too. Don't fill your mind with evil. Because remember, the Bible even says it, that it is what we fear most that might eventually happen to us. It is what we are scared of that might happen. And then our tongue is powerful. Whatever you say to your life is what will happen. Are you saying positive things? If you are saying positive things, if you are thinking positively, positive things will happen to you. But if you keep filling yourself with the bad things, the bad side, the evil of it might happen. And at the end of the day, you will only have yourself to blame. Yes, because you were the one that did it to yourself. So calm down and think about the good things. Let it come. There's a reason things are like this. Everything cannot even be going smoothly. You're not even a human being if things are moving well for you all the time. There are some times in our lives that things have to happen that we'll think that, oh, everything is slow. Yes, let it be slow, because a greater thing is coming afterwards. Now, let us review this. I have these 3 points that I think is going to help us, or maybe it's the last point that will help the process of being worried about the future. And then the last one will tell us what exactly we are going to do. Now, the first one is the thoughts. Like I said before, the what if. What if I don't come out from this? What if I come out? That thought is what comes first in this journey of being worried about the future. Why should you even be worried? Anything can happen at any time. No one knows. Even for some people that, it's going smoothly, tomorrow might come and everything will just look like it is not working. So stop worrying. Now, it might be a thought that starts with what if. Now, think for a second. What are you afraid of in that your future particularly? Like, what is that thing that you're really scared of that is getting to your nerves? What? You don't have to be. Because, like I said before, it is what you say to your life that will happen. It is normal for us to feel it. Yes, it is very, very normal. But how do you deal with it? That is the ultimate thing. How do you deal with it? Now, the second thing is the fearful thought. That is the anxious part of it. You started thinking normally, okay, what if? And then you started getting scared. It's true. Hey, what if? Hey, this school they don't open. What if I don't pass this exam? What if I don't come out with flying colors? What if I don't get a job? that fear starts coming in. That is the second stage. Now, what do you now do to eliminate these two things that I've mentioned? How do you stop worrying? What we do is to find the antidotes. Like I said before, the only antidote that you can ever get that will work for you is the word of God. I don't know if it happens to you. Whenever I am feeling down, I pick a verse. Like, this is my favorite verse that I brought here today, Matthew chapter 6, verse 34. Why do you have to worry? Today, that place actually got me. He said that today has its own issues. So face the issue of today and survive it, then we move to the next one. So like I was saying, it's like you're trying to barricade yourself, put a lot of fence around you. Now, let me tell you what will make you feel better. Now, instead of occupying yourself with these anxious thoughts, why don't you take that time when you want to start feeling that way, immediately take that time to study the word of God or to do something that makes you feel better. Sometimes I love music, so I listen to music. Sometimes it's even movies. Do that thing that will make you remove your mind. If that is right, so yes, that will make you take your mind away from that evil thought, because it is evil. Whatever you think, that thing is very powerful. If you don't know, whatever you think about yourself will happen to you. So when you want to start feeling that, what you should do is what? Do something to take your mind away from it. If you're going to listen to music, if you're going to watch TV, at the same time, study the word of God. Keep reading and reading the word of God. Do not worry. When you worry, you're just trying to injure yourself, because a lot of people cannot undo worrying. Like, you are injuring yourself. So if you know that you want to go into that, what did I say? You have to look for your antidote. What works for you? And then you will see that you'll be okay. Everything will be fine. Let everything go at its own pace. Let them be slow. If they are slow, allow it to be slow. So far, you're not stopping. Me, I see it as, I'm resting. So when it is time for you to be agile again, you will be. So guys, like I've said, find your own antidote. Find what works for you and you will be okay. So guys, this is the end of this lesson and I will see you in the next video. Bye.